There is still one animal that spawns pretty regularly in Red Dead Online, and it is fish. All kinds of fish. Can you still make some pretty good money? Let's give it a shot in this video. Howdy Cowpoke, AustinBMX here, and thanks for checking out today's video. We're going to be doing a little bit of fishing. It was brought up in a stream just the other day when we were hanging out doing a little bit of fishing of how much money fish actually is worth in this game. It is worth quite a lot. There are some that are worth $2.50, salmon and trout of course, and then the large and smallmouth bass are both worth $2 a piece. Now if you do have all your rolls and they're all ranked up, there was another satchel upgrade within the Moonshiner roll that allows you to carry 30 of every kind of fish. That's insane. 30 of every kind of fish. And there are 4 large type of fish. There are a bunch of smaller fish. We're going to go around, do tons of fishing, see about how long it takes. I recommend definitely fishing a lot when you're out, just out and about. I mean, it's going to get pretty tedious and grindy if you're sitting here fishing for 4 hours trying to get some money. We're going to go ahead and do it for you though to see how much money it's actually worth. I would highly recommend when you got some downtime to do fishing for 30 minutes or so every day when you're on, and maybe by the end of the week you can probably make a few $100 just selling those fish to the butcher. We're going to give that a shot, show you some pretty cool spots to go fishing at, and see if you guys want to give it a shot as well. As you can see, we'll be recording this first little segment here. We've been pulling in some pretty good amount of smallmouth bass. This is one of our first spots we'll showcase for you guys on the map. It's pretty easy to get lots of smallmouth bass here in this little area. As you can see, I might have fished it out now. Of course, that was probably fished out right when I started recording the video here. There are some small ones though. Once you get fished out of large fish, always throw on your spinner and you can definitely catch a whole bunch of little ones. I'll show you the map exactly where we are real quick though. This is a pretty easy spot down here on the upper Montana River, right outside of Blackwater. Our camp was right here, so we came here first. Right here on the mouth of the, or not the mouth, actually it's not the mouth because it's the tail. What do you call it when the river connects to another river? It's not the mouth of that river because this is the actual end of that river. But Little Creek River coming down, or Hawkeye's Creek River coming down from Strawberry. If you stand right where we are right here and fish the direction we are, you can catch smallmouth bass pretty easily. We're going to cruise up the ways a little bit to this area as well. This little inlet right here is fantastic for bass as well as small fish. We're going to fish that spot. After we get done fishing the upper Montana, we're going to cruise out here and fish the jetty out here at Bard's Crossing. We're going to fish up here, get some trout, as well as some largemouth bass there as well. And then we're going to cruise up on the Dakota River, and we'll show you a few spots up there to catch some more trout and a bunch of salmon, and of course lots of small fish. Now, as we mentioned, of course, you want to maximize how many fish you can carry by doing some of the rolls and getting those skill unlocks. I believe the trader roll was the first one to unlock the materials tab in your satchel and allows you to carry from 10 to 20. And then the Moonshiner actually upgraded that again. If you guys weren't aware, anything in your materials tab, you can carry up to 30 of almost everything in there, which is quite a lot of stuff. We'll definitely take a look at it real quick and show you guys how many fish we currently have in our satchel. 30 sockeye and 30 trout. Those are all worth $2.50 a piece. That's like $75 each kind of fish right there. It definitely is pretty crazy. Let's take a look at our satchel real quick. If you jump over to the materials tab, I like going backwards. It gets there a little quicker. Maybe not. Materials is kind of in the middle. But as you can see, we have lots of fish here. You can carry 30 smallmouth bass, 30 pickerel, 30 rock bass, 30 largemouth, 30, and then again, you can carry 30 of the pour. Anytime you catch a fish, you actually have a perfect. You can actually do a few tips and tricks to get some pour of those as well, which we'll work on that later on in this video. If it works out good, I'll show you guys those tips and tricks. Usually it's the use of dynamite, but you can carry 30 of those as well. Unfortunately, they're worth a lot less, but you could definitely stack up a lot of fish in here and go to the butcher and totally freak him out and sell thousands of fish to him. Probably pretty close to it. Nah, maybe like 500, but a lot of dang fish. We're gonna go ahead and keep fishing here and see if we can get, we probably already have a couple $100 in fish just in our satchel right now. But we're gonna cruise on, do some more fishing, get some small stuff, just try to get as many quality and quantity of different kinds of fish that we can to fill this materials tab all the way up and get over to the butcher and freak him out a little bit. We've been up to our second spot. I showed on the map, working on largemouth bass. You can see they are pretty large here in this little pool of water. We did catch 30 smallmouth bass down at the other location, so that is definitely filled up for us in our satchel. Go ahead and work on here for a little bit. We were down there for about 30 minutes. I imagine probably each of the locations I show here to each areas, you're going to want to spend 30 minutes, probably a full game day, 24 hours in game, you know, just fishing. You don't have to do it all at once, though. You can maybe spend a day fishing one location and then, of course, go do some more stuff. Maybe the next day you're in playing, just do that. This definitely don't recommend grinding this out, although it is going to be some pretty good money if you do that throughout your weekend or whatnot playing. But definitely something to do in the meantime when you're busy doing something else. So highly recommend spending some good amount of time catching a lot of fish. I'll show you the map real quick exactly where we are after we grab this fish that I just lost because I wasn't paying attention. Let me get him right there. Come on, largemouth, buddy. I can see you. Now look at all the fish in this little pond. Actually, it's not a pond. I guess it's like a little pool of water. Come on, fishy. Come on, buddy. Grab that right there. You know you want it. Oh, here he's coming. He's coming for it now. He's coming. Where we got him? He's got him. Get this guy reeled in real quick. And I'll show you on the map. We're just upriver on the upper Montana from where we were at. Pretty close to Blackwater. And one of my favorite fishing spots. Actually, right here in this little pool of water. That's where we're fishing. Tons of fish spawn right here in this little pool of water. You can get largemouth bass like crazy. And tons of the little fish to get all those filled up. Because you can carry 30 of each kind of fish. Which is fantastic if you have your trader and your moonshiner ranked up. So we're going to fish this for a little bit. Get that one filled up. We're going to cruise out here, like I said earlier, to the Bard's Crossing area, and then we'll cruise up to the Dakota River and get some trout and some salmon. All right, like I said, I absolutely love this place for fishing. I just caught 30 largemouth bass right here. We did catch little ones too, but we got 30 largemouth bass, all we can carry. We did have 30 smallmouth bass. We're going to cruise over to our trout and salmon holes. While we're out there too, we'll fish for some little fish as well and get these kind of filled up. We probably won't get all of these completely filled to 30 because that is a lot of fishing, but we'll kind of try to regulate and calculate how much time that'll take. We spent about 30 minutes of each one of these two holes right here. It's going to take us about 30 minutes probably at the trout hole and 30 minutes at the salmon hole to get that figured out, to get those all filled up. But we're going to head over there right now and check it out. It's not been too bad, actually. Looking pretty good. All right, made it upriver, up to the Dakota River, to another favorite one of our trout holes. We're going to go ahead and catch a few trout here. We're about at 20 right now, so we're going to have to get a couple more so we can get up to that 30. I'll show you guys in the map real quick once we get this guy in real fast where exactly we are. Pretty good trout hole right here. Good fast-moving water. Nice deep hole. I'm over on the Lymphony, opposite of Lymphony, right by this little island. Fishing out this way. Should be a pretty good spot right here to get a whole bunch of steelhead trout, which are worth $2.50 a piece. So I highly recommend spending some time down here in this little spot right here, right by Lymphony, and getting that. After we get done with here, we're going to cruise across the Dakota River up around this area here and get our salmon done, and then I'll show you guys exactly how much all this stuff's worth and when the best ways and best times to get this done is. Alright, cowpokes, we've been over to our last and final spot. We're working on salmon now. Salmon are worth $2.50 a piece. Of course, you can carry up to 30 of them. I'll show you where we're starting our little journey at right now. This is our favorite salmon spot right here. Just by Diablos Ridge, south of Valentine, on the Dakota River. We're going to fish here for quite a while, and then once we maybe kind of see that we're not catching very many or it's not working out too well, we're going to make our way up the river. There's a few other spots right up here. Another good pool of water right here where these two rivers intersect, and also just below Cumberland Falls in this area here. Also great for salmon as well. We're going to get our satchel up to 30 and then go up to Valentine and see how much money we made by stacking our satchel full of fish. So we've been fishing for approximately a little over 2 hours. That's how long we've been recording for this video. Actually, we've been recording about 2:20, but you know, I haven't been fishing the whole time. About 2 hours, about a half an hour at each large or medium-sized fish spot, right? Half an hour for salmon, half an hour for trout, half an hour for smallmouth bass, half an hour for largemouth bass. Sounds like a lot, and I'm not saying to go out and grind all that. It is going to be pretty good money for a couple hours, but I'm saying use that time to fill in other locations. If we take a look at our satchel real quick, you can see that in our materials tab, we have 30 smallmouth bass. We also have 30 salmon. We got 30 trout, and I believe we have our 30 largemouth bass somewhere. Right there, largemouth bass. We also have a whole bunch of small fish. 24 red pickerel. We can hold more of those. We have 14 rock bass. We can hold more of those. We have perch. We have regular pickerel, and we have bluegill. You can actually stock up on all those if you guys would like. I also mentioned that if you use dynamite, you could blow some fish up and actually fill up another satchel spot full of poor fish, which can even get you even more. But we weren't grinding too much. I just wanted to see how much we can have. We currently have 186 fish in our satchel. Let's see what the butcher says when we come up to him with. I know, man. I've been out there fishing for quite a while. I got 186 fish, buddy. What are you going to give me for it? So I do have quite a lot of stuff in my butcher sell satchel here because I don't sell meat very often. So we're going to have to go through all this real quick. But let's go ahead and sell what we got for our fish. There is quite a lot, like I said. So we're at $56,609. Let's see how much money we get for selling all the fish we have. Remember, I do have a few poor in there as well. We're going to sell all those. That's $3 for those 3 poor salmon. Poor salmon, man. We're going to sell all of our small stuff first, and then we'll go to the big stuff. So we have $24 right here for our redfin pickerel. We have $14 for our rock bass. Of course, all these little ones here, you can get up to 30 bucks for them, right? If you fill up your satchel. Then we have 1 poor largemouth bass right there. We're just going to sell that guy. We have 1 small poor rock bass right there. We have 12 chain pickerel. That's 12 bucks right there. That could be worth 30 if we filled it up. The bluegill right there is only worth 6 bucks, but hey, 6 bucks is worth 6 bucks, right? And they're pretty easy to catch. And we have $3. We only have 3 of those perch right there. So now we're up to $66.72. So just in little fish and poor fish, we had $63 in fish, right? 63 bucks. Now we're going to sell all of our big stuff real quick. We got $30 smallmouth bass. That's 60 bucks right there. $60 sold. Pow. We got $60 in largemouth bass. Bam. Moving on to our sockeye salmon, we have $75 in sockeye salmon right there. 75 bucks. And we also should have $75 in our trout as well, because they are worth the same amount. $75 in trout. So just the sockeye salmon and the trout is $150, and then the 2 basses are $120. So that's $270 right there, just in the medium-sized fish that we caught just now. That's pretty good for a couple hours of running around, right? So as you can see, now we have $56,942. That means we made what, $333, $333, I think that's about right. Yeah, $333 in fish in just a couple hours. Pretty dang good. If we went out and did it again and spent another couple hours doing it, that'd be over 600 bucks, which is about the same amount of money you get from the trader, and but it does take a little bit of time. We're gonna go ahead and say this is a pretty good way to fill up time, right? I might make another video later on next week or whatnot on a good way to use your time while your trader is making money and your moonshine's making money for you, and see how much money we can get in maybe a 4-hour time span. If you guys want to see that video on how much money we can make in 4 hours by doing the trader, the moonshiner, and this fishing method, let us know down in the comments. We'll make sure we get that video on the docket to get made up. But hey, fishing is still great. Fish still spawn in the game, which is fantastic. And we had a lot of fun making this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for more Red Dead Online content, including tips and tricks, news updates, gameplay, just good old-fashioned fun. Hope to see you on the prairie sometime, but until then, see you later.